Yes, it is epic and scary as you hear the title of Sumo Remix. Mutilation Championship. And you'll be thinking, what could that be all about? Obviously, seeing the images, you can tell that is so many picoulated vehicles, what are meant to be some subject or forms of metal, or fiberglass, or tin foil, is actually getting ripped and dismembered and mutilated and violated and discriminated, and you can gather I can go on saying weird things about vehicles but are not real, because once upon a time people endured their fixes on watching on people crashing and rolling vehicles over, like on the banger tracks and NASCAR or whatever. But yes, people need a fix on noticing vehicle rollovers, and obviously when virtual reality of gaming got even, more or less improved, that yes, seeing a picoulated vehicle rolling over is quite, so naturally, quite, as you can gather, seeing a real car rolling over might be interesting, but then it's over and done with. And obviously on a video game, you can just repeat the actions over and over again. But obviously on Sumo Remix, it is a complete different thing. As you can gather, the rules are quite simple. As you can remember, the ancient time of sumo was just some form of circle and two heavy blokes trying to push each other out of that ring. This is a little bit, near enough the same, but it's not sumo like sumo as we remember, when we were trying to push each other off with vehicles off a roof. But this is a little bit race as well, where you're going to get to subjects. As you can see, the blue dome over there, and if you don't get there when the time runs out, your vehicle will automatically explode, as you have seen and witnessed. And obviously it doesn't how many fancy acrobatic stunts and all that lot, as long as you get in that blue dome, you are okay. As you see the symbol at the top, it is a small circle with a bit of white and a bit of black, and obviously when all the white fills up, it will go to red, and that is your timer when it runs out. So if you don't get to your location, obviously your vehicle will explode, and that is it, you're out of the round. But obviously the rules are quite simple. Get to the destination and do whatever you can, because there is obstacles in some of these tracks. Yes, sometimes it changes, and obviously things disappear, even the ground will disappear. There's things to fall off and plunge to the ocean or to your death, and obviously you can't get to that blue dome location. That is it, you're out. But even so, there's more vile rules to know. Yes, the worst one of all rules is in this, that obviously, that when you are quite successfully managed to stay in, the blue dome will get smaller and smaller and smaller, and that what makes it more interesting. More times you get there, you will notice the blue dome gets smaller, giving you the capability of trying to push each other out, so then it comes more of a sumo rematch. And obviously this is a remix because it's like a race, and then it's sumo time. And then if you haven't pushed your opponent out, you go to another location as the dome will get smaller and smaller, and when it comes down to sudden death, and it will, the dome will get literally even smaller to nothing, and which vehicle is managed to be squeezed into that dome, that is the winner. So obviously on this we think I can explain all the epic rules of Sumo Remix, and obviously you can see that the carnage and mayhem and things destructively annoyingly, because it's done in slow-mo, because this is done because Alpha Cobra 11 is old, and obviously things were great in the 70s and stuff, like slowing car crashes down and slow-mo, and it looked really quite epic. And obviously, doing it on a video game, is it the same? No, but we'll try to get there. And obviously it is a fixation of seeing something roll over. It is quite funny, but obviously, as you can see here, explosions as well, because this is a hard action, physical, mutilating game, and you will see the destruction and mayhem as I will try to make it more epic and horrific and scarier. Look at the mayhem as this will roll over, and you will be mutilatedly scared. And hopefully you don't have nightmares, and hopefully you watch the next round as well, because obviously watching all these highlights is quite epic and frightening, and seeing the carnage, knowing that you could be weak and roll over and fall out of your surroundings, and then if you fall out, obviously you can't get to your dome, you're out. And as you can see, it is quite horrific. As you can see there, attacks from other online players can totally destroy you. And obviously who gets the hardest hit is quite notorious. But it doesn't mean that, you're going to be successful. Some people have tried to hit someone and they've moved out of the way in time. And obviously, it'll cause them to have a demise. And obviously, that's how come some folk can win. Or it is a tragedy or tactical game to mutilate your opponent's vehicle to destruction, and hopefully you'll slow them down or really disable their vehicle, that they can't manage to get to the dome in time, or even worse, try to manipulately destroy them so they will fall off the edge, or the close action, and sometimes it does not work. And hopefully, you could, manage to survive incidents like this. But yes, it is epic and violent. And obviously, yes, when you are upside down, that means you're easier to push, because it's easy for your vehicles to slide. And obviously, when you're slided off, you could fall. And that is back to the old rules of sumo. Yes, but we just put remix in because mostly it is sumo ramming or whatever you could call it. But mutilation it is, because if this was done in real life with vehicles, I don't think there'd be much vehicle left. And yes, it would be really entertaining. But obviously, it'd be safer option is doing it on a video game instead of real life. But yes, it is quite epic, and it can be really exciting. And obviously, even milking it more to keep on whinging and moaning, because technically you will hear a lot of that, because obviously we have it as, you know, simple as it is. All you can do is hear the voices and hear them moaning and groaning and slagging each other off and trying to, you know, give trash talk to each other and have strange conversations as well. But obviously, the one and only gamer girl is very silent. Like, she likes the reputation of silent but deadly. And we don't mean, you know, releasing toxic gases from your, you know, your anus planet. But obviously, no, we are talking about the deadly stealth of sneaking up on someone suspiciously, annihilating them, as they will be victims of the next sumo round. So, further ado, I think it's time we should see the epic one, round one. So here it is, and enjoy.
So you can't fly in sky.
Gotta take the flying bit off.
Oh, didn't it come off?
How do you do it?
Is it X?
Isn't it? Pressing it.
On. Oops.
I'm all over bloody.
I can't see him being much of a threat to that. No. Well, it's like she can hover on top of this. Not a bad car. And it's on wheels. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's fine. You can go over. That's the brewer.
It's somebody all over the place. This.
Ooh. Yeah, man.
Ah, this goes flying all over.
Gabby, you tried to run me out, but that
Usually,
was you one.
usually it's on it.
I'm Melissa, that's me, fully.